Hey there, I hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're doing today as you watch and where you're watching from. I'm excited to build this out today. My plan today is, like I do with all my live streams, to just jump straight in without any prep ahead of time, because a lot of this is about me trying to just make sure I know what I'm doing and get the chance to kind of test my own skills. So if that's interesting to you, which it may or may not be, you're welcome to join along with me. I'd love to have you this morning. My camera's acting up just a little bit, so I'm going to give this just a couple of seconds while I try to figure this out before I transition everything over a bit. If you could let me know if you could hear me, that would be awesome. All right, this project comes from Web Dev Daily, which is a website that posts, as you might imagine, daily challenges. And so that's what we're doing today, just working on this. Let me see if I can't move this around a little bit more. I don't know if this is really that helpful or not. Okay, just a minute or so or more, and then we'll get started. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump in, and let's see, my camera is kind of being weird, but I don't know if this is that helpful for you right here, but I'll leave it there for now. Hey, welcome, Stephen from Kenya. Awesome. Watching this at work. Okay, hopefully I don't distract you. Okay, my plan today is to do something maybe a little bit different than I normally do, which is just to stream and not talk that much. I've been sick all week, and so I'm not sure how I'm going to do anyhow, but I don't know. Am I going to do that? Not really sure. This is, like I said, from Web Dev Daily. It's a project called Coffee Landing Page. I should say that the guy who creates this, John, gave me a pro subscription to it to try it out. So I think this challenge comes from, it's one of these projects, which is, I think, connected to the pro account. So, but it's just a website design, and I figured we'll do as much as we can. So I'm going to kind of, I don't know that I'm going to call it race, but I'm going to do what I would normally do and only explain stuff I get asked about for the most part, unless I just can't shut up, which is also a very real possibility. So, all right, well, with that said, let's go ahead and jump in, and I'm going to move over this way and just go ahead and start a new project. So we're going to create Astro latest. We'll say coffee, let's say Web Dev Daily Coffee, come on, landing page. Hey, welcome, Christina. All right, why this starts to do its thing, I should mention that I do have a course on Astro if you're interested in it, and I've got a special discount code. It's at learnastro.dev, and right now we're in early preview, which is $85 currently, and it's going to go up one more time. Right now I've got a little bit more than 10 and a half hours of content, 9 modules, 96 lessons. If you want a special code, I'll tell you what it is right here. Let's see if I can pull it up. It's April_19, just like that. So if you use that, that'll give you $15 off for the first, I think I've got like 6 people who use it. So April_19 will get you that. For the first 6 people, will get you $15 off. So you can get it for $70 if you'd like to. Another coffee site. Yes, there are never enough coffee sites. Okay, so let's see if we got anything going on over here. Sure, you can install that. That'd be great. And this fuzzy image down here is killing me, so I'm just going to kill my video. I hope that doesn't ruin anyone's reason for coming this morning. But let's go ahead and use an empty project. TypeScript, strict, that's fine. Install dependencies, sure, why not? I've been a little slowed down due to the sickness this week from recording, so hopefully I can get a couple of modules recorded this weekend. We'll see. But the next ones I've got to record are this middleware module, and then this auth project as well, which we're going to be using Lucia auth. I should mention I really try to focus on the core basics of Astro, and really it's up until we get to this point where we start actually touching third-party tools. And the point of that is just to really make sure you understand how Astro works, and then once you understand how Astro works, it's pretty easy to integrate most anything you want. Welcome from Indonesia. Welcome from France. Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for your kind words. But I hope to record those later on. I've got a project already worked on for this, so I'm excited about that. And then this is mostly just covering anything extra that I wanted to talk about, which is just a bunch of little small things. CMS project, I'm planning to use key static, which again would be a third-party option. But at this point, you should already know how to work with data in Astro, and so it's just adding one more thing. And yeah, we've got a bunch of other things. I might use either Firebase or Supabase here. I haven't decided yet. If you have a preference, let me know. And this will basically pull the whole thing together as well. All right, we got close to being done. How about that? Again, April_19 if you wanna go from there and get a discount for $15. Let's see, what do we got in here? It's this www or WDD coffee landing page that I want, and I know what I want already, so I'm going to go ahead and install a few other things. I know I'm going to need PNPX Astro add. I'll probably use React. I think I'm going to use Tailwind just to make stuff go a little quicker today, so I don't have to come up with an entire design system. I'll probably use maybe Netlify. Let's see, Astro Icon. I was just thinking of everything I might want for this. Let's call that good for now. Hey Logan, welcome from the UK. Oh, okay. Thanks, Console Ninja. I appreciate that. I've never seen that one before, but yes. Yes. So it'll just install all this stuff for me. Let's try that image again, see if it's, for some reason it's clear. It's not. I don't understand this. Well, I guess I'll leave it there for now. It's small enough anyhow. Yes, yes. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and npm run dev. Actually, let's init commit this thing. And then we'll npm run dev it. All right, so if I come back over here, we should have something going on over here. And here's our coffee landing page right inside here. And right now we've got this entry point at pages. We've got Tailwind set up. Let's see, I've got the ability to use React. Over here, we've got the output of server, so it's going to be server-side rendered to start with. I'm going to change this over to hybrid, and I'll probably just have the API routes that way. Okay. I've got all these images and stuff here, but I also have Figma open over this way. Cool Astro hat, thank you, yeah. Astro sent me this, which is really nice of them. But I also just really like the hat, and I wear it all the time, so. Okay, I should probably look at this first before I start doing a bunch of stuff. I just figured I probably want React somewhere. So I don't think I'm going to make this thing fully responsive because I probably have like an hour and a half. So looks like this section is like an interactive. You click on these things and it shows these cards below. I can't handle the fuzzy image, so I'm going to turn this thing off. I wish I had like a full data file. We've got a newsletter down here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to maybe use AstroDB and submit this. So let's do the footer. This I think I'll use React for because this section right here is going to interact, like be more interactive. I could also do it with vanilla JavaScript, but I think that makes sense to make this little island of interactivity. This will, I guess it'll just take you down here. I'm not really sure. And then this is just going to be a list of items. So, I mean, I don't know where exactly we would store these items. So for now, maybe we'll use content collection for all this. And then expose this in some kind of API endpoint so that React can grab it as well. Okay, so I think I'm going to just focus on desktop too. So let's do that. So let me come back over this way. I'm going to close this down for now. README, got all this stuff in here. Icons. Get it as close as possible. Maybe I might do that. Not sure about that. So let's go ahead and I guess start here. Assets. Oh, okay, that's cool. So let's get these things into here. How about that? And I'm going to put them in the SRC directory. And as promised, I'm going to stop talking the entire time. But if you have questions about what I'm doing, let me know. Astro plus View. I haven't used View, so I cannot. I'm sorry. Let's see. Showing raycast in your videos. Oh, yeah. Hey, you're welcome, Logan. Raycast is amazing. I've really been wanting to do some more raycast content on the channel, but I don't know. I just haven't gotten around to it. Plus, it's Mac only, so yeah, I know that it's not always the best for everyone. Icons, basically the Astro icon extension will use this to minify those icons. So if we have any more SVGs or things, we'll use those. Let's see, active states. What else do I have in here? I think that's about it. So why don't we go ahead then and just get these colors in here. So I'm going to use, if I can get this to work, paste spot. Come on. We're going to copy these and have these all be custom colors in Tailwind. I really don't like when stuff is like straight black, but that's okay. They didn't ask me. Or straight white. Colors, we're going to call this background. And let's do this for all these. So paste spot is like just a clipboard manager, but you can do this sequential paste where you copy it and then you paste it in order. So I really like it for that reason. Oh, come on. So we'll do muted or something like that. We'll call this accent 1, accent 2. I don't know what to call this. Call this, I guess, dark. I'm guessing this is text, so we'll call this text. Dark 1, dark 2. We'll call that good. Okay, so those are our colors. Let's open this back up. What else do we need? Let's see, Iconify. Hi from Bangladesh, welcome. So we've got Poppins 3, 4, 6, and 7. So I guess let's do that next. Normally I would do these all as local colors, but I think for sake of time, we're not going to worry about that. So let me come over here. And let's do a layout wrapper. In this case, we're only going to have one page, but why not? And again, today, my plan is to talk a little bit less than I normally do just to save my voice because I'm still fighting a sickness and I've got some other stuff I need to record today later on. But if you have questions about what I'm doing, please let me know. Description. Okay. Come on, slot. Goodness. All right. So right in here, what we're going to do is create some defaults here. We'll do 140 character description for Coffee website and just ask AI to do that for us. This is using Raycast. We'll drop this in here. Oh, awesome. Look at that. Okay, so then what we can do is set these as defaults. If I don't pass something in, it'll use this. Oops. Okay, so if I come back over here, let's use the base layout. I'm gonna do cool stuff. Okay, so now it should have this coffee website. And if I look at the description here, there we go. So it's using that default. If I pass in a title, like home or whatever, it should use that instead. And you can see that up here, and it would do the same thing for the description, but we'll just use that as our basic stuff. Welcome from India. VS Code editor looks super cool. Mind sharing the fonts, themes? It's all in the description, I believe. If you can't find it, let me know. Okay. Back to what we were trying to do, which is fonts. I'm going to open Raycast again and search for fonts. And this was Poppins. And I think it was 3. No, I don't remember. I'll be back. Hang on. 3, 4, 6, and 7. 3, 4, 6. Oh, I must alphabetize these somehow. Okay. So now I'm just going to copy the HTML link. And we'll go ahead and drop this in here. Okay, and then let's come back over to our Tailwind config and make sure we add that here as well. Font family. And I'm just going to replace the sans with Poppins. And let's see, how do you do this? Isn't it like a array, I think? We're going to call that good. That's definitely Poppins. Cool. All right, let's see the first section we're going to have to do. So we've got a button here. That's probably a component we should set up. All of this one's different. I'm not going to lie, I'm not like super crazy fan of the design of the site, but that's okay. Nobody asked me. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Maybe we do just the nav for now. Again, I don't know that I'm going to see. I don't know if we have. Oh, look at this. We had stuff over here. How about that? I don't know that I care about the sizes for now. Just because I think it's going to derail us a little bit. Let's come back over here. I don't even know what the mobile menu is supposed to look like. So if I don't know what it's supposed to look like, I don't have to do it. Therefore, let's do that. All right, so let's come inside here. We're going to have components. And then I'll have a nav to Astro. What? What did I do? I thought I created a new file in here. Nav to Astro. All right. Fig tree has become my new favorite over Poppins. Is a modern sans. Fig tree. Hey, from Michigan. It's fairly early, Josh. Nice. Thanks. Hey, awesome. Fig tree font. Okay. That's cool. It's a little sharper. I like it. Okay, what was I doing? Josh, you just messed me up. All right, we got. I guess these would be like active states, so we could use. Yeah, I'm not sure what we'll do here. And then we've got this. I'm not gonna worry about getting these all to be the perfect icon. So, I know we're gonna need the icon from Astro Icon. For some reason, VS Code still occasionally requires me to reload it with the Astro icon. Not really sure why. Cleveland, in the house, morning all. Hey, welcome. My sister lives in Cleveland. Go Cavs or something, I think. I hear people are crazy there about that stuff. You're actively not doing the mobile menu. That's very true. Oh, it's your least favorite part. Yeah, I know. I'm just going to pretend maybe. And like throw the icon in there and hide it. And that's about it. What am I doing? Import icon from Astro icon / components, I think. All right, and we're gonna pass this name here of, I'm guessing it's Coffee Love. That's what it should be at least. And because I added that later, I'll actually need to restart this, otherwise it won't work. So now it'll basically get access to this, which may be why it wasn't letting me autocomplete that. Yeah, my camera was messing up. I mean, it's just really fuzzy right now, and I don't know why, and really blurred out. Alakan, if that does a lot for you, let me know, and I'll leave it up. But that's why I took it down. Okay, so we're going to call that good and see what happens over here. Oh yeah, I have to actually import it. So let's come back to my base layout. Come on, VS Code. Okay, so yeah, something's happening. So let's see. We got 36 by 60, 39 by 24. Okay. Ah. And what we'll do is say we'll go something like that. And then if I get bigger, it should get that size. Okay, cool. Now I want this to be in some kind of a link, so let's go ahead and do that. And if this were me, I'd probably make this a link component here. If this will let me. Come on. First time, hey, welcome, Fowl. Where do you typically host your Astro sites? Yeah, I typically host them on Vercel or Netlify, something like that. I do actually have a couple that I use FTP clients for, like old school, so that's also an option. Let's see, let's do this. And I think what I'm going to do is install something I usually use here as well. So let's do this. Let's do npmi. What do I want to do? Class, variance authority, and tailwind merge. Perfect, thank you. Warp. Also warp. Always wear what you use, you know. npm run dev. I'm going to come back over here. And let me open up CVA. Class, variance, authority. Which just sounds like a Loki TV series thing. All right. Use this Astro one. Just so I don't have to set it up from scratch. But basically what this does is it allows you to, I don't know, I'm going to kill that unless somebody really wants that video back. If I get asked again, that's it. We'll keep it up. This allows you to create different variants or options for things and then really easily control the styling. Especially, it works especially well with Tailwind. Use CDN for your images, or do you let Astro do it? Mostly I let Astro do it. If it's a bigger site, I have a couple where I use Cloudinary. And you can also use Cloudinary and then just let pass that image URL to the Astro config and let it also do its magic on Astro sites. So yeah, a lot of times I just let Astro do it for basic sites. Well, this is taking forever. Okay, so eventually we're going to have this point just to the home page. And eventually I'm going to have this be a link like that. So let's go ahead and pull that in. And while that thinks about itself, let's come back over here, see what else we need. I'm going to need this icon to only show on mobile. So I guess let's go ahead and do that. We'll also use a button, which will probably be its own component as well. So maybe we should do that as well. Button.astro. And that way we can control the styling again from there. And I'll just uppercase this. Oops. And I'm just going to pull this in like this. Even though you can't see it, I changed both those. And here I'm going to pass along an REL label, which will say open mobile nav, so that this button has clear direction. Then inside here, we're going to also use the icon component, and we're going to pass it a name of mobile nav. And let's see, we're going to set a size here of like 30, I don't know, something like that. Anything else I want here? Probably a class of, well, I guess that doesn't super matter. But I will pass a class here, which I usually do with a classes attribute like this, just so I can distinguish it, like that I'm adding extra classes is how I think about it, to whatever my defaults happen to be. What is going on here? Let's open this in for stack blitz. Or maybe I should just view on GitHub. Okay, this is all I need. So let me come over here. Actually, it's a button, so let's go ahead and do that. So what this means, let's get that out of there, is I'm going to use the HTML attributes to declare the type it is, like the HTML type. How do you make this? Let's see. Do we need to make this image? Do we need to make a hot theme switcher? Not today, unfortunately. That's might be amongst my favorite things, but no, we're not. But what this class variance authority thing does is it gives you default classes up here that you pass in. So we'll change these around, and then you can choose different variants. So like in this case, I have intents, and I have a primary intent or secondary intent, and then like you can add other things like sizes, and you can even use compound variants. So like if they have a primary and the size is medium, then add the class uppercase. So there's cool things you can do like that. And again, because it extends all this, it's really easy to pass this in from astro.props. The other thing I usually do is I have a rest attribute like this. Oops. That I then pass down here. And that way I can pass in other things that would normally go with a button. And I'll only let you pass those things in. So that's another kind of cool thing you can do. We're going to come over here and change this around. We'll call this link. Or, yeah, that's fine. Link everywhere. Let's see, this is going to be type of anchor link. This will be type of link. That's all fine. This will be an anchor link like this. And then I'll also have this as an href. And this will be my href. And I will require this because otherwise the link won't work. So I'll just do href is a string. Okay. So we'll change those around in a bit. But for now, what this gets me is consistent styling options. This thing's going to hate me because it can't get access to any of this stuff right now. Also, yeah, I've got classes I need to pass in. So let's open this back up. It'll be fine. You're going to be fine. And we're going to come in here and also add classes as an optional thing. Now here, what I want to do, let's see. I want to add this as a class list. And this will instead use tailwind merge. Don't I have tailwind merge somewhere in here? What is that called? Tailwind merge. Okay, well, that was helpful. Import something from tailwind merge. TW merge. That's what I want. So now we're not going to wrap all this into T1 merge like this. What this does is it'll pass in the button and the intent. See, this seems like way too much stuff going on here. I think that's fine. So right inside here, and then we'll pass in the classes, if there are any. And this we should be getting here, but I need to pull it in here as well. Okay, I think that's right. So let's do the same thing and go back to our link since we didn't do anything here anyhow. We'll do the same thing. And we also are going to have an href that's required. Once again, string like this. This will be href and classes, that all works. Change this over to a link tag. Again, I'm working faster than normal because I'm just trying to get as much as I can done on this. And I promise not to talk as much, so I'm going to shut up. But if you have questions about something I'm doing specifically, let me know. I guess we'll change to that for now. Okay, cool. Let's come over here. What were they using? I don't remember. Let's just do this. Are you late, Dante? No, you're right on time. Always on time. The web container isn't loading my end either. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Josh. Astro Insanity? Yeah, maybe sometime. I've done a Sanity site before. Yeah. Yep. What Josh said. The toggle and values are the easy part. Okay. Let's just use a random one. Sure, that works. What else do I need if I come back over here? A search icon. I'll just use whatever one I want. Thank you very much. A cart icon. So let's do that. So we'll say search.svg. Oh, sure, whatever. Sure, why not? Okay. So now that we've added those, we have to restart this anyhow, so I figured we'd grab all those at once so we don't have to keep doing this. Although I'm sure I'll have to do it again. So now I should have that one. So that error should go away. There we go. Look at that amazing thing. Okay. Obviously, we've got some work to do on our link component and our button component. So let's see. What I will probably do is come up here and add some default styling. So like focus, outline, transparent, focus visible. We'll do outline. We'll do a ring 4, something like that. And then here I'll do, just so we can see it for now, we'll do ring. Let's do accent 2 or something. So if I come over here and hover over it, that should work. I think that all works. Let's come over here. Let's also pass along classes here. And this will just be a block so that we get the actual styling around the whole thing. There we go. So now we get that little ring. Let's see, we'll do also ring offset of 2. That works. Okay, so let's then come down here. And we're just gonna add all the things we want for this. The size, this is kind of too big right now. I don't know what's going on there. So I think I'm going to add a special little one for this. So we've got secondary. Here I'm going to call this like nav, or how about icon, something like that. Oops, icon like that. And the nice thing is like now I've got these options. So the whole reason of setting it up this way is I can come over here for this link and say variant. Oh no, what do we call this? Intent. There we go. And I've got all these options, icon, primary, or secondary. So I don't have to remember the options I have available. So I'm going to build this out as an icon. So let's come back over here and decide what that's going to look like. I also probably will have this as, let's see, we'll call this like square, I guess. That'll work. That'll work. The things I probably want here is like a flex gap too, maybe in case it's needed. Max width fit probably as well, so that if it's a grid child or a flex child. I think that would work. Hey Chris, welcome. Happy Friday. Tailwind merge and CVA, don't they achieve the same thing? No, they don't. So Tailwind merge allows you to take classes and basically layer them in orders. So you take this first and then this and then this. And so these are going to override the other ones. This will override the earlier ones. This will override nothing. And so it allows you to override Tailwind classes. CVA allows you to set up these custom sections, these variants of certain components. I've done a video on it before in the past. So yeah, that's the difference. I do not have my camera because it's blurry, but I keep having people ask, so I'm just going to put it back on and you can enjoy this blurry, washed out, whatever that is, this morning. So let's do that. Actually, let me just open it up here real fast. If it will open it up. I don't know where it'll open it up. Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let me see if I can't figure out what's going on. Best quality, normal. Just use the normal quality. Hey, normal quality seems okay. Best quality seems horrible. Actually, it seems the same. Resource saving. Oh boy, that would be in the not helpful category. Contrast, brightness, I don't know. It's just pretty much just as washed out as it was. Let's at least chill that out a little bit. Okay, whatever. There you go. That's the best we're going to do for right now. Awesome, Josh. No worries. Hey, sure thing. Happy driving. Okay, so back down this way. Let's go ahead and set this as square as well. So now we can have size. And once again, we've got predefined options of square. So now we got no padding anywhere, which you might want to change this up some, I guess. So because this is supposed to be square, I should probably do aspect square. And maybe we do like P1 or something. I don't know. A little bit of padding. How do I want to handle this? I think I just need to pass a width as well if I do that. We'll just call this like bland. How about that? And then we've already got small. Let's just do extra small. And then we'll leave it like that. And then I'll pass in a custom size here. Oh, extra small, right? So here I'm going to do size like 9 or something. 12. Yeah, I think that works. We'll also do items center, since it's a flex container. Well, I guess we can do that for everything. So this is the default for everything, and then these are the different options that are also applied. So we'll do items center and justify center. Well, that's not going to help because it's a flex container. Let's actually switch this up. Let's do place item center. We'll call this grid and grid flow column. There we go. There we go. I wonder why this is not working the way I expected to. Block won't matter anyhow because it's a grid child. I don't know. Probably because of this right here, huh? Yeah, idiot. I think I'll go with the rest of that. Okay. So we're going to call that good for this one. I guess we need a hover state too. So this icon, background white works. See, I also will want the same ring accent 2 here. So normally I'm not going to have this on everything because we may have different ones for secondary, primary, or whatever. So I'm going to have this here though. Check your video settings. Lower the music just a bit. Oh yeah, sure thing, sorry. Turn off studio lighting. Yeah, it's probably that. And for some reason... it's that and the combination of my camera settings. That might help a little bit. I look very red, but... okay, other thing here. Let's see, let's do a hover state. Let's see, do I have any other hovers? No, I don't. Okay. So here we'll just do hover scale like 105. And I'm going to do transition all and everything. So there we go. Cool. Back this way. The only other thing is it probably needs some kind of like ARIA label because we're not saying what this does. This would just be like go home. So look at that. There we go. That's cool. Okay. Let's also add some padding here. We'll do padding X4, padding Y3 or something like that. And let's also make this a container. Container. Center. True, this is not going to give me anything, huh? Padding, we'll do like 2 rem or something like that. I think you can also do this as like default. Be like 2 rem or something, and then you can do stuff for each size. Small, something like that. I don't remember. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Okay, now it's got padding on the side. But that's what I typically do with these things. Okay, we're going to call that good. Which also means I will probably just have padding up and down. Okay. We're going to call that good. Let's come over here now and do the same thing for the button. Components, am I right? Okay, so it should be basically the same exact thing as what we did for the link. So let me grab my link stuff I just did. And I'm just going to grab this. And you could also put these in the same component if you, but I don't know if these things will stay the same or not, so. What did I copy at? Okay, right there. Probably should have just copied the whole thing, but I think that works. Okay, so we're going to use icon. I'll probably also use extra small here. So right now these look the same, but we may change them as they go. And I'll come back over to the nav. And let's copy the same stuff here, I guess. There we go. That will work. I don't need classes here or classes here since I'm not passing along anything custom. But I will need an ID. And because it knows this is a button, it knows it can accept an ID. And it knows that because over here, I typed it that way. Right here. The HTML attributes a button, and then I passed along this as additional props, basically, that it can accept. So we're going to come over here and call this like mobile nav. And I guess I will have some classes here where I'm going to have it like on small screens hidden. Or maybe we do like medium hidden. So we're good there. And then as I get bigger, it eventually disappears because it's not needed anymore. All right. And then let's go ahead and do a little script in here. We're going to get the mobile nav button. And here we're just going to throw up an alert that says like, yo, you clicked me. Since I don't have anything to display anyhow, now it says, yo, you clicked me. It is officially working. All right, cool. What else do we have? The other things on my clipboard, home, menu, and delivery. That'll work. So let's come back over here, and we're going to make this a little UL. Gap 4, items center. And let's go ahead and just have these nav items up here. Do anything else for this? I don't think so. So we're going to loop over all these down this way. I'm going much faster than I usually do, but that's because I'm trying to preserve my voice today. So hopefully that's okay. And going slow and not talking is probably not going to help anyone. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to pull in a link component. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. Have items. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. It says using the default right now, which is this. We'll do text accent 2 for now. What I want it to probably use is I'm going to create another one here. We're going to call it nav. Or, yeah, I think that's fine. I'll just call it nav. Background white. Sure. Let's do ring accent that works. Hover, we'll do background muted maybe. Oh yeah, I have to actually change these over. Nav. There we go. Because they don't really give me active states so far as I can tell. Looks like I should use the text here. So let's do that. Let's back over here. I think I named it text, which was super smart. I think that'll work. Let's also do aria, or what would it be? Aria current. Oh yeah. Can I do this here? I think so. Aria current equals page. Then I'm going to do text accent. That seems kind of halfway maybe correct. Accent 1 maybe. Okay, so all I need to do now is say that if Astro dot URL dot path name. So let's get this. So this should just be / Okay, cool. So if href, let's do this. Yeah, href, i.href. Why am I getting ID? This is what I want? Alright, current equals page. Maybe. That seems less than ideal. So I need the whole thing to be a string. I think what I can do actually just do aria current equals page. on all these. Let's just make sure this works first. I thought that's how I did this, but I don't know. If it equals page, let's try tailwind, aria current. So I guess I can add that. Or I could just do... Can I just do like arbitrary ones? Let's see. I like the music. Awesome content. Hey, you're welcome. Harvey Dent in progress. Look. Thanks. Yeah. Half red, half whatever that is. Alright, cool. I forget what I'm messing up here, how to set this up. Oh, stay out of here. Aria current plus this. Let's see. I don't need to add it like that. Alright, let's just go back here to tailwind. Let's add it in. Okay, so let's extend aria. And we'll say current. And we'll just say that this is current equals page. I think that should work. So now I can just say aria current here. And this will be text accent. Let's see if that worked. As far as things working, that did not. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. We're not going to worry about it then. I'll just pass in arbitrary colors and we'll call it good. So I'm not going to use the aria attribute even though I should, but since I can't seem to figure it out, for some reason, I've used this plenty of times before, but I'm not thinking how this works evidently. So what I'm going to do is just say, let's add some classes here. Yeah, that'll work. Or we'll say if, come on, current page equals i.href. Then we're going to pass along text is accent or something. Oh, can I not do that either? Well, deal with it. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a current page. Goodness. We'll say that this is if current page equals i.href. So it'll just be a boolean we pass on. And then we will take it in over here as, let's see. Because either way we'll have this. This will be a boolean. Which means I need to pull it in here. Current page. And then we will inside here say aria current equals, and we'll say if current page, then we'll say page. Otherwise we'll say, oh, interesting. There's other options here. Can I just say false? Okay, then, oh, we're back to the style issue. Okay, I'm getting bogged down on this. This is my cue. Somebody tell me to give up. Aria current equals. Hurry before I ruin us this morning. Accent 1. Hey, I did it. Thank you for believing in me this whole time. Look at us. We did a thing. It's there. I don't really like this interaction at all. That's what you get for not believing in me. We're going to figure this out. We did it our way. Okay, so basically now if it matches this, then it passes that along. I should probably make this optional here so that these do not have the ARIA current page on there. And now we're set and ready to go. All right, so now we've got some options here. Look at that. Oh, you clicked me. Cool. Thank you. You're welcome. Now that is moved all the way over. What is it like over here? Oh, there's all this stuff too. So we probably should also hide all that. Let's do this. Let's change the background muted. Say in hover, we're just going to do like opacity of 80 or something. That's not nearly enough. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do hover that, and then we'll also do hover text accent 1. That could have gone better. Let's change this to accent 2. And let's get rid of this opacity thing. Why is this overriding that? Didn't think that would work, but whatever. I don't know what these focus states are supposed to be. I'm not going to look it up right now. So I guess we could say ARIA current and hover text accent 2. Sure. That's not super distinctive, huh? Whatever, that'll work. Okay. So now we've got our own little custom components there. Let's come back over here to our nav. I think I do want to have the size here actually be the same as, let's do small. Sure. Okay. We're going to call that good. Gap 4. Let's do like gap 6. And then we're also going to do like on our hidden. And then on medium, we'll change it to flex. So it's gone, it's gone, it's gone. Booyah! Okay, cool. Nav. Let's also make sure this thing is item center. So they're center aligned there. Anything else I want? I don't think so. Okay, let's work on the search, which we probably will not do that much with. I don't even think I'm going to build out a separate component. What is it supposed to look like? Cold brew, search thing. There's a cart with a little indicator thing. Okay. I don't know how to add stuff to our cart. Oh, order now. Order now. Well, seeing as I don't know. Interesting. Okay, seeing as I don't know how this gets a dot, I'm just going to not give it a dot. So, but that would be right here either way. So here we're going to have probably a little flex container. We'll do the same thing with like gap of 6, items center. And here I'll probably have a little input. How would I want to do this? Let's have this be, yeah, let's just do a normal input. Text, name would be like search. ID would be like search input or something. Okay, that should show up over here somewhere. There we go. How do we want to style this? Okay. Let's change this to background white. And then we'll do P right too. If I click inside here, it should be right there. Tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of all this. Yeah. Then we're going to have this div wrapper. No, another div wrapper. Have some of this stuff. So there's that. And then what we're going to say is if it's focus within, then we're going to add a ring of 4. Yeah, there we go. And here we're going to have a class where we have focus, align none. So that way it just looks like a little thing, you know? Let's also do a padding X of 4. And then we can just set this up as a normal flex container with a gap of like 4 or something. And here we'll have our icon. Name will be search because that's the search icon we created. We'll just do a size here of like, I don't know, 24 or something. There we go. Cool. Let's see, ring accent 2. Transition, transform. Snazzy. Not snazzy. Huh, why is that? Oh, it's a shadow, that's right. Because it's a box shadow. Cool. Okay, we're going to call that good. I guess it needs a placeholder. Cold brew? Maybe I should just say like search for coffee or something. I don't know, something. It's not important. Okay, cool. We're going to call that mostly done then. Get a little icon next to it. So outside of this thing, which is our fake input with the input inside of it, we're going to have an icon here, which will have our name of, we called that cart, I think. And we're going to have a size of 24 as well. Hey Chris, how would you rate new Astro database environment? I'd say it's definitely early access, but yeah. Starting the nav until the end. I know, right? I don't know. I kind of like working with navs, as you can obviously tell. Sorry, Dante. So we're going to say hidden and small flex. No, we changed these to medium, I think. Yeah. There we go. Something like that. Here I want to surround this with a button component. Our label will be like view cart. And then variant, let's make sure we can actually see this. Or what do we call this? Intent. Primary, secondary icon. This is an icon, and the size would be extra small. So that way we get that nice little effect going. Kind of also feel like for several of these things. So let's come back to our link. I feel like we should have a rounded full class going on here. And same thing here. Just because, I don't know, that looks cooler. Or I like that more. Just come over to the button and do the same thing. Yeah. Okay. So these should all have the proper thing. Now, I guess the other thing I could do here is for the nav right here. I can also pass along other things like a title, and this could just be the same thing, go home. That way if you're hovering over it, you can like leave your cursor and it says eventually, if it saves, come on, go home, see? And we can do the same thing for the button down here because I can pass this on as well. Title is view cart. Eventually. when it reloads, when it saves. It's not going to save. Okay. We should probably also have some kind of ID here. Mobile nav. So ID will be view cart as well. So we'll call this like cart button. And we're just going to do the same thing. All right. Your cart. Okay, so you can see now we've got, if I hover, it should say view cart. That works. Okay, so I think we're going to call the nav bar done. And because I added some padding to the button, I'm going to decrease that there. Cool. All right, so we're going to call, oops, get out of here. We're going to call that done here. Next little section. What do I want to do next? I'd like to work with this React component, but since we already did some work on this button, we should probably do that too. We've got some headings we can also set up, like one here. 2, 3, 4. Okay. How do I want to do this? Let's go ahead and I guess come over here. What do I have available to me? Assets. Cold coffee. Desert. I thought that was funny. Item 1, 2, 3, 4. So, I guess Hero Beans is the only thing I really have. Do I not have? Isn't there that picture? How am I missing that? This is the picture I need, right? Yep, I got it. Why is this not working? I don't know. Alright, well, let me just grab this picture then. Can I copy it? And maybe come over here and paste it? Let's see if it'll let me do that. Paste. Okay, so let's pull these things in. So I've got this, I've got these right here. So let's go ahead and grab my, we're gonna call this like a heading. There we go. And I'll pull this in from Astro image. And then let's go ahead and import, we'll call this coffee beans from assets, hero coffee beans, and then we'll coffee cup from same place, hero cup coffee, cold coffee PNG. What did I just name that literally 2 seconds ago? Hero coffee? That's what I thought. Okay. Hero coffee. It just doesn't know it. That PNG. Okay. So here we're going to pass the src here to coffee beans. And the alt, this can basically be hidden. So we'll leave it like that. And let me go ahead and instead of having cool stuff, we're going to pull in the hero. Okay, cool. And then let's go ahead and set this to absolute, to right 0 and top 0. And then we'll do negative z index. Cool. I guess while we're at it, go ahead and do that. No, I don't want that. Down here, we'll do a wrapper with container. What do I want here? Hey, nice. All right. Any other questions? No. Okay, cool. So this whole section's got to be behind there. Let me see how I want this to be handled. I don't know if it's supposed to stay up top. Maybe I should just position absolute this thing. Trying to figure out how I want this. Yeah, let's just do this thing relative to the container, I guess. So we're going to go accent 1. Because like right now this would be the entire page. So I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to set this as relative. We're going to put this on the outside. I think that works. And then I was going to just do that so I could see it, but we'll get around to that, I guess. Nah, I don't like this. Do something like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the hard thing is, yeah, CSS grid would help. The hard thing here is I want it to be behind this nav bar, and right now I don't have it floating. So it's in this little section, and I think that's what I'm trying to figure out how I want to handle this. I could also just do a wrapper around both the nav and that section. Let's not worry about this for now, then. I don't want to get distracted any more than I normally always do. So for right now, let's see, how do we want this to stack up? So grid-wise, yeah, so we'll just do a grid, I think. Actually, I guess this could be a flex container. So let's do, this needs to be inside of a container, so don't break the bounds of anything too much. And then we'll do a flex wrap. And probably what I want is wrap reverse. I think that's what I'll do. Okay. So let's come back over here. We'll get back to the backdrop thing. Maybe I should do it before element and just absolute position it to the container and do like negative margin. It's a little hacky, but I think that would work. I'll do like coffee cup. Oops, coffee cup. There we go. What else do I have? I don't think I'm going to set up a heading component because I'm going to waste too much time doing that. So let's do this. Oh my. There we go. And I'll have a paragraph here. We're going to put this all inside of a div with a grid gap like 4 or something. So it should wrap eventually like that. That'll work. And then what we'll do is on this, and let's also have this here. So both of these, what we'll do is say on like maybe small or medium. That's kind of been our breakpoint so far. We'll do flex, or we'll do basis like 1/3 or something like that. So there we go, about right there. It'll snap out. That'll work. Actually, what I want is justify between. So eventually it'll be more like that. Maybe we do justify around. I'll put a little bit more evenly spaced in the middle. There you go. We'll do items center. Cool. All right, let's up this a bit. We'll say text like 3XL. Font bold. The coffee you'll fall in love with. Let's do like leading. Gotta stop talking. Hey, awesome, Josh. Glad you enjoy it. Okay, cool. Coffee you'll fall in love with. That doesn't look right. So I guess it was this. Maybe? Sure. Okay. And then let's go ahead and use the text balance, which is a new CSS property. That will work. Okay. Let's get rid of this altogether. I don't know what it's supposed to be, so. We'll do something like that. Let's see, is that supposed to be... Oh, interesting. This is just over this section. How would I do that? I'm not really sure. I'm going to leave that on for now. Let's do the button, though. And here, this will be a link. And see, this will say order new. There we go. And this is where we can style this as the normal button. So it'll have two things in here. Order now. Something like that. See, I guess this would have to be inside of some kind of little wrapper. It's kind of what it looks like, right? Yeah. Weird. Yeah, that checks out. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to our link. And this is since this is using our, let's do dark like this. Why is it cutting this thing off? Oops. It's like I changed this and everything got upset. I don't understand why it's cutting that off. Oh, bottom full. Alright, text white. Okay, we're gonna call that good. Needs to be rounded though. So that seems to be a default here. So rounded full. Then text was white, I think. Yeah. Let's also provide a large option here. Okay, cool. This also looks to have is that what we had over here? Yep, order now. Should also be able to come here and say classes. You can pass this as a group using Tailwind, and then I can just say if group is hovered. Then I want to change this to background accent 2, I think. Yeah, that inverts those. Okay. I'll go with that. Emotionally, that seems about right. Let's come back over here to our link finally. Border transparent. Yeah, whatever. And we also have a shadow here. That looks like maybe extra large, something like that. And shadow, I'll just call it dark 2. Oh boy. Dark 1. Shadow muted. Maybe. I don't know what it's supposed to be, so we're going to call that good. And we'll say hover, shadow of none. There we go. A little jarring, but not my design, so it'll be fine. Okay, so we should be good there. I guess I didn't check. Okay, at least they don't make it text center here. And I could also adjust the buttons so that it got smaller on mobile. But for now, we're going to leave it alone. Okay. We've got stuff happening. Let's close this down. Hey, awesome. Nice. Glad I could wash dishes with you. You know, if you can't wash dishes with somebody, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to put it like that. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle... I really want to figure that out. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, wrong thing. I wanted to figure out this image thing. We're going to do a relative wrapper here. I could do before pseudo element, but I think in this case it makes just as much sense to grab a div with a background of accent 1 and make it absolute and inset 0 for now. Oh boy. And then we'll do a negative Z 10 to put it behind it. And then we'll think through what we want this to look like. So I want this to take up so it's going to take up that whole section. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make... it's still not going to work. I think you'd have to structure it where you have like this as a floating... Like, I don't know if this is fixed. If this is fixed, that would be way easier. Or if it was just like floating on top, that would be way easier. So maybe let's do that. Forget this. We're going to do the same thing here, where we have this actually be relative. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do whatever we want. And I'm going to have this be background accent. I just don't know what the intended behavior is, so absolute. And then we'll say right 0. Or for right now, we'll just do width full, height full. Oops. Height full, and then we'll do negative Z index 10. Okay. That'll work. Let's come over here to our base layout. Nope, to our nav. We're going to make this whole thing absolute. Nope. The nav itself absolute. Or fixed. I guess it'd be absolute. It should be good where it's at, right? So even if I scroll, it'll stay right there. That's all fine and good. Now we can sit right on the top of everything. See, that's not supposed to have a background to it though, huh? Over here. So we're gonna go over here, icon. It doesn't need a background white. There we go. Okay. Did I not do anything? Why is this not scaling? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Put the image in the container with the background color. Transform 50%, right? Well, the hard thing is... Yeah, but then on mobile, you've got it like this, where it's got to be its own little subsection here, which that works there. Here, you just have to do a lot of weird negative margin. It's way easier if I just make this thing floating, because then this can fill up the entire background. But I could be proven wrong. That might not be the easiest way to do this. Okay, so now what we want is this thing right here to take up half and be right 0. And top 0, right? Because then it would be like that. So on mobile. Now, the only thing is we'd want it to cap it here. So maybe that's what you're saying. I'm going to make it on half 2. I'll make it 2/3. Sure. All right, so that should work there. And then as I get bigger here, that's when I'll change it. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll say on medium, will be height of full. And then it should take up the whole section. That seems like could be worse solution, right? And then maybe we'll also say on medium, width would be 1/4. 1/3. I don't know, that seems like an okay solution. Yeah, okay, let's just add a little bit more padding here. So we'll say like on medium, it'll be PY of like 20 or something crazy. Because I think it is going to need a lot more space to breathe. Now, why is this thing? It is full, right? It's position absolute now. Now, left 1/2. How to translate X. Okay, I think that works. Yeah, okay. Since I have a position absolute. So I think that'll work. Right? I mean, that's pretty much what we got. I think that's probably the easiest solution right here. Except now I can't access that. So let's make sure we got this thing Z like 50 or something. I don't know. Okay, there we go. That's probably why the other thing wasn't working too. Let's come down here. Yeah, okay. I think that's about as good of a solution as we can do right now, off the top of my head. Okay, cool. This is that React section we're going to work on. I haven't done that. I haven't done anything else. So pretty normal, but I mean, what, we've been at it for an hour and a half. Like, we made a bunch of components. This is how it goes to build the site out. So I might do more of this tomorrow. But for now, let's do a little bit more. Hey, welcome. Padding it. Yeah, that works. Okay. So maybe let's do this footer section. Actually, you know what we're going to do? Let's do this, because this is nice and easy. We've already got a lot of this built out. I'll do this as an about section. And something like that. Well, I guess this is about us. I don't know if it really is, but that's fine. So we've got about us up into perfection. This is wrap, just like you'd expect. Cool. So we're going to have this be class, background accent 1 maybe? Or muted maybe? I don't know. Is that muted? Okay. And here we'd have an internal section with flex, gap, I don't know, 6, something like that. Flex wrap. And then we'd have an H2. Said about us. Okay, there we go. That seems about right. So here we're going to have this as a grid. That works. Also works. We'll pull on our button component, which now that we've got that, it's going to be awesome. Here it'll just say start your order. . Oh, this, I set this up here. So I guess never changed it over. It doesn't need to be a button. Anyhow, it needs to be a link. So all right, and for now, we're just going to pass an empty href. Cool. I don't understand why this is now a different color, so I'm not going to do that. My design at this point, taken over. Again, I probably have some kind of like actual heading component, but for sake of us not being too extra, which I've just spent the last hour and a half doing, I'm not going to do that for sure. Okay, so let's come inside here. About us, that works. Let's do boulder. Do I have to do like a pass an actual value? Semibold? Sure, that'll work. Okay. I think that works. Let's also do padding here of like 8. And then we'll do, whoops. I think that works. I'm going to back this thing off a touch. I don't love those colors, but okay. Back here, let's grab a lot of this. And here we're going to back this off a touch. That'll work. Okay. Guess the other thing we can do is grab this span. We'll do like a border bottom 2. Border text accent 1. Oops, is that not right? Oh, it's just accent 1. There we go. Sure. Oh, it's a like, I wonder if it's a little pseudo element. Because it's rounded like that. No, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. We've also got an image. And let's go ahead and figure out what that's supposed to look like. Hero coffee. Nah. Menu item. There's lots of menu items. Twitter logo. Guess we don't have one of these. So let's just grab this. We're going to copy this as a PNG. That's fine. And we're going to paste it. I'll call this about image or something. I don't love that it is like that, so. Alright, I'm going to open this. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly convert this thing over to a JPEG using a little quick action I've set up, and then I'm going to edit this thing. Nope. Okay, let's call that good. About image JPEG, that should be good. Close that down. We're gonna import, I don't know, we'll just call it image from assets about image.jpg. I know. Oh, it'll be like Person serving coffee. Image JPEG does exist. About image. Okay, cool. Let's add some classes to this. So we'll do rounded, like large, extra large, border 4, border text, border muted. Can't be right. I'll do white 50, 40. That looks semi-correct. I just want you to think about this for a moment. How anxious does this make you feel? Hey, awesome. Hey, you're very welcome for the videos. Astro is amazing. Hey, thank you so much. All right. James Quick does a lot of really cool stuff with Astro too, so he's another really great creator there. Shadow extra large. Shadow text. Shadow dark. 1. 20. Use the same thing. That'll work. And then let's also grab this and this. I'll just say that on medium, we're going to go to basis of 1/3. So like here. What? Why is this not working? Flex wrap. These are Flex children. What am I doing wrong here? Well, let's also just throw a max width on here of something like large. This should wrap, right? Yeah. Okay, weird. I don't know. We'll say items center. Okay, that'll work. And then let's do maybe gap and medium. Do gap like 20 or something. All right, and I've got just a few minutes left probably, and then I will depart this. Sounds like I'm departing this world, but you know, the live stream. I mean, you never know. Is that right? Man, why is this thing being so weird? That's just medium basis. What are we doing here? I don't know. Maybe it's this text balance thing I have on it. Nope. Oh, it's good over there now. I don't know. All right, so we got at least that, so we got to work with images again. Use our components one more time. Let's go ahead and add a footer while we're at it. I'm going to stop talking again because of my throat. This is interesting. Probably the best way to accomplish this is with a grid. I think what I'd rather do is set up this newsletter thing. So that's what we're going to do. So here we're just going to have an input. And we'll have this as a forum. So I think that's what I'm going to do instead. Base layout, and we're not even going to style it because I have so much discipline. Hey, Austin, Josh. Stream in the mornings more frequently.
Yeah, I usually scream on Fridays. Not every Friday, but on Fridays if I do. I must account for padding and radiuses. That's right, Josh. You tell him. Straight from Cleveland? Is that where you're from? I'm trying to remember. Sorry if I defamed you if you're not from Cleveland. So we'll have that, and then we'll have a button over here, or we'll say subscribe or whatever. Subscribe. I'm trying to subscribe. Trying to read why I do other stuff. Okay. Sure, we're gonna call this good. Let's go ahead and give this thing class. We'll do like a padding of, I don't know, like 12, just to like make it easy to see. Okay, cool. Let's also do a border of like 2, just so I don't have to. You know what? Let's go ahead and do something. Let's steal the nav stuff. Flags. Okay, let's steal this right here. And we're gonna give this thing. We're gonna call this like email or something. I don't need it. Oops. I mean, I've seen better things, but for now, all I want to do is capture this. So let's do a little script down here. And let's just do this inline again. Newsletter form equals document.query selector. All right, let's. Oh yeah, I don't need to destructure this. From geo dot. Oops. Let's do. And here we're going to hit an API endpoint, or be like add newsletter, add email, add subscriber, .json, and we'll need to post. And I'm going to mess this up royally, because I always do. Headers, no, I mean content type application JSON. Doubt I got that right, never do. Body, we're going to do JSON. Email. Okay, so we're going to hit this, and then we're going to get back success. We have to write all this still, but that's okay. Will be from wait res.json. Const if error instance of error, then okay, we're going to call that good. We should probably also double check that this is okay. Otherwise, we're going to throw a new error. Something like that. Okay. Let's go write this thing. And again, I know I'm moving kind of fast, but that's where we're at. Add subscriber .json. Wait a second. .json.ts. Let's go ahead and return a new response. Okay, now I've returned something at least. Let's get the email. Yeah, that's fine. This will be from document dot. Sorry, nope, it'll be from request. Await request. What am I requesting? It's JSON. Like this. So let's go ahead and just see if we get something back here. So we come over here. We add an email at email.com. We hit subscribe. Cool. Let's jump over here. When in doubt, check the documentation so that you don't have to write your own responses. Here we go. I think this is maybe the problem. And we're just gonna JSON stringify nothing. Then we're gonna try again. Email at email.com. And then we'll subscribe. Oh. What am I doing wrong here? Let me make sure I'm hitting the right endpoint first. Add subscriber.json. It's a post. Very possible I did application headers JSON wrong. But if I did, I called it. Therefore, it doesn't count. Application JSON. Content type. That looks kind of the same. That would have been really great if that was the problem. Oh, you know what? This is hybrid, so I need to come up here and say pre-render. Export const pre-render equals false. Because you can't hit API endpoints, dynamic API endpoints. Aha! So now we get email is email, right? So that's cool. All right, so we got the actual email coming through. I mean, you probably want to verify that this is something, but now what we're going to do is add this to a database and then send something back here. I probably would also make this thing, the actual thing right here, I'd probably also do this as a React component instead. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, technically you should do like status, right? Or status 201 because it's added successfully, I think. But all right, let's what do we want to do? I don't want to turn this into a React component. I think instead I'm going to do npx astro add db, and let's just do Astro database. If it wants to. Oops, sorry, I totally ignored you. I'm not sure why this is happening every time I do anything, but that's okay. Okay. I need to go soon. Let me go ahead and add all this stuff. pm at run dev. Then let's actually come over here to our config for our database. And here we're going to const. We'll call this newsletter peeps. We'll do what am I calling this? Define table columns column. Now let me come over here. Astro DB tables. Okay, we're just gonna steal this. I already have this. Find columns. Okay, I was doing it right. I just have to. Okay, that's right. So I need to have an email. Well, we'll have an ID. This will be a text or column dot number. Primary key equals true. And then we'll have email, which is column dot text. Okay, I think that's all correct. So then I just have the newsletter peeps. And let's open a. Hey. What's the matter with you? Tables, newsletter peeps. That should be all good. I don't know. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, it's fine. Don't worry, things are fine. Let's open the seed. There we go. We're going to wait. db dot insert. And this needs to be done in a certain way that I'm not going to remember off the top of my head. Yeah, this will work. Okay, that's what I thought. So you have to insert a newsletter peeps. Dot values. Right, and this can be an array of items. So here we'll do email at email.com. Okay, cool. So we should have those there, and let's just do this. Let's come over here to the footer, and let's add emails equals. Obviously, you're not going to do this normally. Select, and I'm going to select all my newsletter peeps. I think it's like this. Okay. Do I have to wait this? Possibly. Let's go ahead and add emails.map over each email. We're just going to output a paragraph of email. Dot email. There we go. Okay. So as we add extra ones, something here, then we want it to hit our endpoint. I want to do like padding 6 or something. And then we're going to add them to this list, basically. You know what we should do? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to map over each email. Yeah, here's what we're going to do. We're going to call this email list. And we're going to use const email list equals. What I'm going to do is get my emails dot map, and for each email, I'm just going to return email. So this will be an array of strings, right? And then what we can do is use the what's like the array list something. I always forget how to do this. It's list format. Here we go. Okay, there we go. So new intl.list format. We'll go in US. And then what we're going to do is say email list dot map, nope, equals list formatter. Trying to remember how you do this. Oh yeah, list formatter dot format, and then you'll pass it the array, which is all that. Okay, so that should do is if we have multiple things, it will actually add commas and then eventually like and symbols and whatever we need. So that's what we're going to do. So it'll just be like a string in the end. Okay, so what we're going to do is come over here and we'll do the same thing we actually did in our seed file. So let's just steal that. So we're going to insert into this DB, into newsletter peeps values. It should automatically, yeah. It should automatically add an ID for us, so we shouldn't have to do that. So we're going to insert into there, and we'll capture this in like some kind of variable. We're going to do a couple things. Let's go ahead and bring this up here. Otherwise, we'll say this is like a 400 or something. And we'll send that back as false. Here we'll just say success is true. And we could also do like an upsert to where like if it's not there, then add it. So maybe that would be a better thing here, but right now I'm just going to leave this here. If this is good, and we're going to say, hey, great job, you did things. And then on the front end, let's capture this. Success. So we're just going to say alert, success. And then otherwise we should have an error down here, right? So let's say something at email.com. True. Cool. And then if I refresh, look at that. We have something and something. Now here's the best part. If we say like something else at email.com, even if I can't spell anything, then we can say true again. And if I refresh, now it adds a comma and then an and. So it's just a string of like these things. And if you don't like the, like if you want like you've got an Oxford comma here, because I'm using, probably nobody cares about this. I'm using this. But if I wanted to use, I think, is that the one that will, yeah. So Great Britain removes it. So see, if you don't like Oxford commas, just don't use the English. Or you can just say undefined here. Just leave it blank. It'll use your default, which in my case is English, like American English. So, but if you don't like the Oxford comma, if you don't know what the Oxford comma is, don't worry. I'm not sure why we're talking about this right now. Anyhow, so now we got Astro DB working, which means we did more than just layout today. But we built lots of different components. Hopefully that was helpful. I don't know. I like just doing this over and over again because it forces me to think through stuff. Like this little background image thing was interesting. So yeah, now we've got little components that work well. If we had a menu page, that would work. And look at all these hover states. I mean, or these focus states. Come on. That's what we like to see. Something again. Oops. Again at email.com. Subscribe. True. I mean, you probably actually have some kind of helpful toast message, but anyhow, all right, we're going to call that basically good. I don't know how much more I would do on this anyhow. Like these sections obviously have more complexity to them, but we have got components now set up for some of these things. Websites take a while. That's why they charge. So hopefully that was helpful for you. I will... Two writers just don't we're in disagreement about whether to use Oxford comma or a brand. Oh, stay out of that mess. Personally, I'm an Oxford comma person, but it's not part of my identity. I don't have an Oxford comma tattoo or anything. So, anyhow, hopefully this was helpful to somebody and you enjoyed it. I will catch you in the next one. Happy coding.